Work It segment today. If you're moving up in your career or maybe just coming back into the workforce, you may feel the need to update your professional look. That means getting rid of those unflattering, out-of-date fashions, getting a neat haircut, maybe getting new eyeglass frames. We recently followed the makeover process of one young woman working in the financial.
Why don't you show me what you normally wear that works, that you like?
Okay, well, normally I wear a business suit if I have a client meeting.
Good.
This is probably one of my favorites. I recently obtained my MBA and a promotion along with that. So right now I'm kind of in the point in my career where I feel I'm ready for the next step.
What I'd like to do is just to make sure that if things really don't work, would you be willing to let them go at this point for recycling?
Do you like it?
I love it. How do you like
I
it?
think it's great.
Next step is the wardrobing session.
Give me a sign, and catch my breathing even closer behind.
So what do you think about this?
I love it.
I love it too.
Definitely.
I love it too.
It's
The
perfect.
fit is great. Shoulder is right there. The sleeve, we would just make a minor adjustment.
It's beautiful. It's not something I would have picked for myself, but I think it's gorgeous.
This is perfect for your body type.
Mm-hmm.
You know, curve to your hip line. This is perfect with the little tulip feminine skirt.
Yeah.
The shoulder balances your hips,
Mm-hmm.
which is what you want to do with your body type. The detail is very figure enhancing. With Marlena, it's not so much that we're doing a makeover as a make up to the next level.
This looks very good to me.
Now let's bring in the woman responsible for that, personal image consultant Annie Brumbaugh. She can help remake your business look even on a limited budget. Wow, that is so much fun to see a lovely young woman just polished, just, as you say, brought up a notch. Where do you start? If I'm at home right now and, you know, young or old, I think frequently people feel like, I need something. Where do I start?
You start with who you are. So the first step is to think about who am I, where am I going in my life, and what are my goals. So who I am is my style. Where am I going is what pieces I need. And goals are goals.
Mm-hmm.
So you need information about yourself. And what we do in the consultation is something that you can try at home. Get your clothes out and really look at them. See what works for you and see what doesn't work for you and try to figure out why. Step is information about yourself. And be nice to yourself.
When you say information about yourself, you mean body type,
Yes,
what colors work for you?
exactly what I mean. And those are things that image consultants can certainly help you with. But you can look at these things yourself, and I encourage you to be nice to yourself. You are unique. There's no one else like you. And you don't need to try to aspire to be like someone else. So it's just important to, any flaws you think you have could be camouflaged and forgotten, and your best points can be enhanced, and all of this can be done. The most important thing is that you really need to get your silhouette, your proportion, your body type. Mm-hmm. And then when you go shopping, the most important thing is fit. And fit is not a size.
Mm-hmm.
Fit is you know, women's clothes come in what? Basically 5 sizes. Yes, they're petites and large sizes. How are those clothes, which have, we're rocket scientists, but we don't know what's the size 8.
You can wear a 4 one day and a 10 the next, depending on what record,
isn't
what
that
maker.
the old rule that designers use? Because if they can give you a lower dress size, then you're more inclined to spend more money.
You have to forget about size and go for fit.
Mm-hmm.
And then once, hopefully, you have got the right size in the right garment, then you have to look at the alterations. Alterations are not the exception; they're the rule.
Right.
They're going to fine-tune that garment to be chances of it being optimum for you without doing that are slim.
Well, what do you do when you first go shopping? Because what happens, I know to a lot of people, is they see something they like, they grab it. They see something else they like, they grab it.
Okay.
Nothing goes together, and in 3 months they hate those things.
Okay. You have to have a plan.
Very
Listen,
well.
You're making an investment here. Whatever level at the market you're shopping, you're making an investment. Now, So you're not going to do that without doing some research and homework. First, you need to figure out what you need. You need to go to the right store. And then, garment, the price tag, that's not the cost of the garment. We have to look at the cost per wear. When this garment has been paying dividends over a number of years, then and making you feel great.
Guess that wedding dress is out.
So then would it be a good strategy to start with one basic suit, for example, in a chocolate brown or a black or a gray, a navy, depending on which one of those colors you feel most flatter you, and then build pieces that would go with the jacket, another sweater that goes with the skirt. I mean, that seems like standard, but
that's exactly right. Exactly right. A wardrobe is not going to happen overnight. It's going to happen over time. It's an evolutionary process. You're changing, your wardrobe is changing, fashion is changing. Whatever piece yes, I would recommend those and two underneath pieces. Maybe a shoe and a bag that are going to go with everything else for the season also. And you've got to...
There's something that I don't know whether this is the proper time to inject it, but I think it's so important that people understand. Someone can be dressed wonderfully in a great suit, have all the accessories, and then you look down at their heels, and in particular for women with high heels, when they're skinned up the back from having stepped into the grating on the sidewalk, when they aren't polished or well kept, doesn't that make your whole look like it just didn't quite get there?
There's a lot of maintenance that goes into life.
So maintenance
are very important. Haircut's very important. Eyeglasses are probably your single most important accessory.
Really?
I mean, get those things down, and you'll look all right.
And bags?
Handbags?
Like the bag in the video. I chose a bag for her that she can wear the whole season. It wasn't the most fashionable ever. It was the bag that was going to work with everything.
Let's talk about...
Because people don't want to change their bags all the time unless they're fashionistas and have...
Saps. What's my record? What should I look for when I'm selecting, say, that great suit that I'm going to build off of? If I can't afford to spend the money at Saks and I'm going to a discount place or...
See, there's so much product in the market at all levels. There's no lack of product. You can do it... If you want to spend less, you might have to work a little harder. You have to have finer home skills, more discipline. You've got to say no when it's not all of the above. But you can absolutely do it. What you look for looks good on you. That satisfies the requirements that you figured out in your analysis. Another tip, if you're not spending so much, change the buttons on something. And make sure it fits perfectly. Believe me, a perfectly fitted garment that is a child of a lesser vendor will look much better than some big deal designer thing that doesn't fit and doesn't suit.
Annie, just a quick final word. What about people wanting to follow the trends and maybe that trend just does not work on you?
Yeah.
And how that plays also for plus, oftentimes just are kind of left aside, even though there are more places that have plus sizes, that should factor in as well. I mean, you can be fashionable despite your size.
You could be totally fashionable, sometimes because of your size. Because you can have more drama. There are lots of things that you can do. It has to suit you. And the thing about the fashion trend, you have to look at it. Say, is that me? Do I love it? Will it look good on me? Does it have a place in my life? And then there are ways to interpret. Let's say boots are going to be great this fall. The stiletto heel boot you saw in the magazine. But any boot will do that for you.
Okay, Annie Brumbaugh, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Enjoyed it.
I think we're all inspired to go home, take another look at our wardrobe. First, you purge, JJ. Then you go shopping.
Exactly.